Hey beautiful people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. So I want to teach you guys how you guys can get approved for over $10,000 in credit cards and without a hard inquiry. That's going to be key. Without a hard inquiry, some credit cards, it's like when you apply for them, you can freeze your credit reports, and when you guys freeze it and you accept the offer, they won't give you a hard inquiry. So I want to show you those little ones that can do that. And if you guys ever have any questions, definitely let me know. But let's get into some of the credit cards. So Lowe's is one of those cards that you guys can actually do this with. And if you guys were to go to my website, Rickita.com, you can search any credit card here that I'm telling you guys about, right? You can actually search it here. So you can search Lowe's. Now you can see some people said they was able to get approved for $800, $4,000, $1,000, $9,000. So this can be a great one because we're talking with $10,000. I want you to have multiple approvals that can actually lead up to this. Okay, so multiple approvals that can lead up to this. The next one, we're going to actually search it right on my website. Let's just go ahead and search Sam's. So the Sam's Club card, which is here. If you guys click here, you guys will see that someone said they was able to get approved for a $5,000 Microsoft, oh my gosh, MasterCard, Sam's Club MasterCard. And they said it works just like Apple. So what it is you're going to see that you pre-qualify, you're going to freeze your TransUnion credit report, and then you're going to accept it. And that's going to be without a hard inquiry. Now, let me tell you guys this. If you guys want to freeze your TransUnion credit report, you guys can freeze it online. I actually like to call them though. I'd rather just call them and have them freeze it, but I usually try to call them when I know I'm going to apply for multiple credit cards at one time, and then I'll say, hey, you can freeze it the next day, or I'll call them back and say, hey, go ahead and freeze my credit reports. We should all have our credit reports just frozen in general. Okay, make sure you guys just always have your credit reports frozen, because you don't know what somebody gonna try to steal your identity and what information they may have out there where they can be able to steal your identity. Okay, so that is my warning to you all about how to actually freeze it. So don't say, oh, I got a hard inquiry. You have to make sure that you freeze your credit reports, or you guys are going to get that hard inquiry, which is something that you guys are looking to avoid. Now another one is the Apple card. So let's go ahead and search Apple. So Apple have the same thing where you guys can go ahead and pre-qualify for it. After you guys pre-qualify for it, then you guys can freeze your TransUnion credit report, and then you're going to be able to get that approval. And it was called the Apple card trick before, but definitely you guys can go ahead and freeze it. So again, somebody right here, they got approved for the GM and the Apple. I froze my credit before I accepted. No inquiries. Thanks. So you're very, very welcome. So again, all you have to do is make sure that you freeze your credit report before. Okay. So they're going to tell you how much you're going to get approved for. And then once they tell you how much you're going to be approved for, the point that you approve, then go ahead and freeze your TransUnion credit report and accept that offer. Okay. So they also talked about the GM. Now, GM, I have the GM credit card. So they do have something right now where they're switching over. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to apply for it right now, but hopefully you guys will be able to double back and try what I just told you to do. Again, the person that comments right here, they said they did it for GM and with the Apple, and somebody said they got approved for $7,500. How long should I keep my credit frozen? Because again, you did a freeze, you should let it stay frozen. Like your credit should stay frozen all the time, especially if you're not applying for credit. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead and pre-qualify for it. Once they tell you you're approved, then go ahead and freeze your TransUnion credit report. But you should always just have all of them frozen anyway. Just unfreeze it to be able to apply, and then double back and freeze it after they say that they're able to approve you. And then once you do that, then they'll go ahead and give you that. They should give you the credit card. It's not a guarantee, but they should give you the credit card without the hard inquiry. Okay. So that would be another great one. Now, I don't know if this is going to mess up my computer, because it did earlier when I tried to talk about the Truist credit card, because I made a video earlier where you guys can just pre-qualify, but it actually like it's working a little bit better right now. So that's good. But another great one is the Truist. So when you guys go to the Truist website, they have multiple credit cards. Okay. So they have this one right here. They have 0 months I mean, 12 months of 0% APR. I definitely want you guys to try this one. I'm going to tell you what to do. I want you to try that one. I also want you guys to try this one right here. They got 15 months of 0% APR. And those are that were only two I would think I want you to try, because they have a 0% APR. And then I got approved for a high limit, so I won't want you guys to get approved for a high limit and then you're not really using it to its best advantage, unless you guys just want to have multiple credit cards. And if I were you, I would go with one like this that don't have an annual fee, because I would try to stay away from the annual fee. But what you guys can do is you can pre-qualify for the Truist credit card. So in our case, you guys will go ahead and apply for the Truist credit card, right? And then once you guys apply for it, once they say they're able to approve you for it, you do not accept it. You actually open up another screen and then you apply for that second one that you want. So in our case, we'll go ahead and apply for the future credit card. And then when you guys apply for that second one, they're going to say, hey, you're pre-qualified for it. You guys can go even further and do the third credit card. So I saw this, people talked about the $9,000 and other people talking about $4,500. So I think that that's probably going to be the numbers everybody's going to get. But you can get up to 3 of them. That's how many I've seen, up to 3. But you want to go ahead and get pre-qualified and duplicate the screen, or just open up another screen with the other credit card that you want to apply for. So again, let's act like this one is the one we're applying for that. They pre-qualified us. And then this is the one we're applying for this tab. And then we're going to have one more screen, but we want to have one with no annual fee. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Once they say, hey, you're pre-qualified for all 3 of these, what you want to do is make sure that you guys accept all 3 of them at the same time. And you guys can even go any further to freeze your credit reports. Now, they should do an Equifax inquiry if you guys don't freeze it at all, but it can be a way where you guys can technically have only that one hard inquiry but still get all 3 credit cards if you guys decide to do it. So that is just a little extra bonus one I wanted to tell you guys about. Don't forget, you guys have to make sure that if you don't want the hard inquiry, you have to make sure that you're freezing your credit report. And I believe too, somebody else left a comment about the BJ credit card, and that you guys can do the same thing with the BJ credit card. So if you guys go to my website, you guys can, again, this is actually not it right there. That is the pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. You guys can search BJ. You guys can go here and see if you guys can get it to work when it comes down to my BJ Perks MasterCard. So definitely check this one out. Hopefully you guys will also be able to get this one to work. But again, the trick is this. You guys apply for the credit card, let them pre-qualify you. Once they pre-qualify you, you go back, you double back, and you actually freeze your credit reports. So whichever one that they're going to be pulling, I would say I told you what bureau they should be pulling. If you try the ones that I showed you, go ahead and freeze that bureau and then go back and accept it. And you guys should be able to get that credit card without a hard inquiry. If you guys are having a hard time getting approved or even the pre-qualifications, I definitely think that you guys should check out my Strong in 75, as you can see down below. With the Strong in 75, what we're doing is we're increasing our credit scores over 180 points in 75 days. We're getting our body together and we're getting our mind together. As you can see, I am drinking my water. I believe we're on day 19, if not day 20 now. So definitely check it out. If you guys go to the website, you guys will actually be able to see all of the videos that I pre-recorded. You can start at day 1. And I have a workbook where you guys can follow along and fill everything out. Now, I know that this is going to work for people as long as they follow along and do exactly what I'm telling them. I even have free dispute letters in there. I also have a lot of free dispute letters, but I have a lot of tips where I'm actually sharing my screen and I'm teaching you guys what to do and what to say. But hopefully this was going to work for you guys. I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.